Hello and welcome to episode 68 of my informative playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. And just a heads up, this video and probably the next one as well are going to be predominantly about kingdom management and artisans. So if neither of those things are of interest to you, then you may find that the contents of these next couple of videos are not of particular interest. But the reason for that is that if we look at our ancient curse, we've got 104 days and 17 hours, minus 14 days, basically, before things really start hotting up for entering Act 3. And that is the time which we have to use to expand our kingdom and to get our artisans producing items so that we've got lots of gold so we can spend that on the kingdom and on other things as well. So if you look, our community, loyalty, and military have all ranked up to above 40. So when we enter the capital, we'll get various events from those three councillors. Economy's not quite there, but this won't take much longer. And Divine is strongly lagging, but I knew that already. And we've passed this one with a triumph, Ragonga there. So that's +6 military. And this one, this opportunity that I stuck Harem on, he has failed that one, so yeah, whoops. But we just kind of live with that. And we can see down here, General requests an audience, Regent demands your presence, Councillor awaits in the throne room, and these are all events which are because those primary stats have gone up above 40. We've also got one problem, Mysterious Cult, which we're going to stick Harem on straight away, and I'm going to burn a crisis point because I want him to succeed at that one. There we go. Start that. And we've also got an opportunity, Ancient Tradition, which the only person we have we can put in there is Tristian, and I'm hoping to use him for something else. So we'll leave things at that, and we'll head into the head into our capital. The other thing is we can visit the Tavern to conclude the Lost Child quest, which is to talk to the boy's mother now that Tig has returned. So this is the first time. I've actually got a big list. I've got a 13, 14, 15 point list of exactly how I'm going to get through this video, because it's very complicated, the kingdom management, when you try and optimize it. And I don't claim that this is at all optimized. It's a decent way through. We're trying to minimize wasting time. But yeah, so we can talk to Jenna. And she's very pleased. So, Your Grace, our deliverer, you saved him. You rescued my little one. What would we ever do without you? So this is good for the people. We get +3 loyalty, which is nice, and some more experience, which is also nice. But we're still a long way away from level 10. And that's it. That's that quest ticked off now. Lost Child, big tick. And you can see we don't have very much. We got Sweet Teeth. They're off weeding. We've got Beneath the Stolen Lands, which we can't advance. And then we've got our basic kingdom quest. So we're trying to unlock a secondary stat. We are trying to unlock a new leader post, which will happen when we unlock a secondary stat. We need to annex 5 regions. We're going to be doing that very shortly. And increase the rank of barony stats 5 times. So we're getting there. The other one is Onslaught. This is an artisan quest, so we just need to wait for him to show up. And Shania as well. We're just going to leave her to it. So we can now travel to the throne room and see what awaits us. Basically quite a lot, is what I would say. So I'm literally ticking it off on the list so I remember these different points, because it's annoying not to be able to cover everything which you want to. And yes, these loading times are pretty heavy at this point, but
I decree
we deal with them.
Set up camp.
So this is Octavia here. It's coming with her, level 40 or her 40 value little problem. It comes, and it's a rather whimsical story. So we've got a shepherd who wants us to relieve a situation. His favourite cow is grazing in his neighbour's yard, and the neighbour has now commandeered the cow, claiming that he's fed the cow so the milk is his, and the shepherd is annoyed. And they've been quarrelling for 2 days, and it's nearly come to blows. settle their argument for them. After all, you're the Baroness. Octavia shakes her head. I have no idea who I'd give the cow to. Both sides have reasonable arguments. And we kind of want to pick this one, give the cow to the neighbour, because I think that is better for Octavia. That keeps her happy. But either is silly. So yeah. There you go. And we get 2 new events. Heeding the Poor and Weak, and this support the Regent's endeavours that will rank up the Regent to level 3, which what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up with a lot more rank up events than we have time to do at this stage. So we're going to prioritise what we can and prioritise claiming new regions rather than ranking up, and then we'll do them afterwards. So yeah. Okay, next please, Tristian. So, yeah. Someone has stopped Tristian to tell him a story. One of the traders selling imported specialties in the capital has not always led an honest life. He helped the bandits sell stolen goods. This scoundrel was far away from the fort on the day you struck the decisive blow, and today he continues trading in plain view of those who he recently helped to rob. So obviously the people don't like this person very much. And you must at least arrest this merchant to question him and give him a chance to repent. So, we've already, way back in a video long ago, I deliberately made a choice to do something that Tristian doesn't agree with. And we don't want to do that too many times, or he will be very unhappy and he'll leave the position and we'll be short an advisor. So I'm going to pick this one. It's going to give us -3 to the economy, +2 to community, and +30 BP. That's quite a hit. I don't like things that give minuses, but it'll keep Tristian happy. There we go. And so again, we get Love of the People, a new event we can do, and this, same as with Octavia, a rank up for Tristian. Who's next? Ragonga, bringing us military matters. And we're talking about recruitment here. He needs to recruit more commanders, because he is not enough. And what he really wants is for us to recruit spellcasters like him, so they can use magic to keep people in line. The other option here is we can hire sword lords. Now, Ragonga will be unhappy if we don't pick the spellcasters, but it's either +2 relations or +2 arcane. And I kind of like keeping Ragonga happy, so I'm going to hire the spellcasters, plus Alice is a spellcaster. I think that fits with her whole sort of attitude to magic, that it's good, hire some spellcasters. And we get +2 arcane, which is good because we want to rank our arcane up quite quickly. So yeah, there we go. Now we're moving on to Artisans. So Dragn. He's come to apologise because he came as a bit demanding, to the point where if you didn't know that he was an artisan, you would be very likely to send him away, meaning you'd miss out on all his items. It's an unfortunate little bit of metagaming required if you want the best artisan route. Anyway, there we go. And he gives us Ankle Breaker. This is a nice crossbow, which we're going to offload onto Jubilost. There we go. And he refers to masterpieces here. That's our end goal for all these artisans. And he wants us to visit him. But the dialogue tree will go a bit funny here. It'll jump straight into, like, it feels like another person talking. I've been robbed. Some thieves crept into my workshop and took all my gold, and Onslaught too. I hadn't even had a chance to finish it. The people are saying that robbers, thieves, and murderers have lately been roaming the area. And he wants us to go up to Thorn River. And yes, anyway, thanks for your gift, and off you go. So that's our new quest there, and Shania comes along with one of her long stories, which I'm not going to summarize. She does say, come and see me at my workshop, but I believe we've already done that. So when you go and see her, we've already been through her dialogue tree. But she's going to give us a nice item. It's Heart Pisser, which is a very valuable item which we have no use for. So it's going straight in the to sell pile. And yes, so and of course we can try and ask her to make something specific, but we'll just leave her to it. No need to embarrass ourselves. Yes, off you go. And that's it. There we go. We get Onslaught there. Needs to be captured. And what we've got is we've got Ankle Breaker here, which is a +1 heavy crossbow, but it has this this slowdown effect here. So when you score a hit with this weapon, the opponent becomes slowed. A successful will save, and this is not a very difficult will save to pass. But yeah, we if Jubilos is using a crossbow, he might end up hitting some things with it. So we're going to hang on to that. And the other weapon here is this Heart Piercer here, which is cool as well. So it's a bleed weapon. It's an agile weapon, so you can add dexterity damage. It's got a very high enchantment for where we are at the game. This is only our second +3 weapon, I believe, and it's a monk weapon. So you'd need exotic weapon proficiency to use it if you were not a monk, and we're not planning on using that at all. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sell some junk. So, where are you, Jubilost? I've lost you in the... There we go. No, there we go. Take away that. Give you that. And let's sell some bits and pieces. So, we're going to sell the Sai, crossbow +1, great club +2. We'll also sell these bits of armor here. That's quite nice, 12,970. Yeah, so you saw that the Sai was worth a lot of money. Date from newest to oldest. There. So he's asking for 32,000 gold to have it back. So yeah, that's quite a bit. So now, I'm just going to pay a visit to the storyteller because we've got to cash in a load of items. We've got no story items or relics, but what we do have is, and I'm just going to whiz through this because we've already seen a lot of these tales. Roslandic coins, tokens of the Dryad, ancient Cyclopses, and Taldan warriors dog tags. Yes, a little bit of info about that ancient Taldan Empire where they all lost their dog tags. And yes, yeah, and this is related to items we've already got in our inventory, but we'll be going through that later. I don't want to get bogged down in recounting lots of stories from the storyteller. But suffice to say, we've got a lot of gold now, and we've offloaded a fair amount of the bits and pieces from here. So let's have a little look now at what we've got going on in the kingdom.
Adventures can wait.
So we get various +1s for talking to the regent, talking to the councillor, and talking to the general. +1 military there. Okay, we can have a look at our stats. We're actually getting there with them. Economy is lagging, but because we took that hit. So, and these are our advisor rank ups there. The general, the councillor, and the regent there. We've also got a couple of others. This love of the people. This will reduce the cost of buildings, and it's 75 BP for a 10% reduction, which, if you do a lot of building, it'll pay itself back, but it's not an enormous reduction there. And we also got this one, which is a great thing. We want to complete this as soon as we can. This will give the regent +1 bonus to solving events. And the last one is a new curse research. So this is, because we saved Tig, we now get the option to research into Janna Tannisson's sort of cursing her own son. And this takes a long time and costs a lot. So first of all, we're going to dump a load of money into into build points. So we'll buy 1,000 build points there. Actually, let's not go that high. Let's go 900 there. Okay, I've still got stuff in my stash I can liquidate if necessary. And we're not going to assign any of these because we're going to do... we are going to support Tristian, but first, and for slightly complicated reasons, because Octavia has 15 days left on this, we're going to... And because it will take 14 days to upgrade Tristian, we're actually going to go away for a couple of days and fix this dragon issue, because he could do with his his stuff back. Other things we're going to do: we're going to find Octavia here, and we're going to give her a headband of alluring charisma +4. There, it's quite nice. We are going to find... Who am I looking for? I'm looking for Amiri, who we're going to reclaim various bits and pieces from. And we're going to give them to Octavia here. There we go. All kitted out. And other things, I'm going to distribute some cloaks. Who's missing one? The sisters. There we go. There we go. And Octavia, you can take those braces. There, braces of armor +4 in exchange for +1. Apologies, a brief break in recording there, but yeah, all I was saying was I've distributed these braces of armor +4 to Octavia, and then we're left with various little bits that we don't actually need to equip, but we will do anyway. And we're going to head off to reclaim this armor.
I'll share my path.
And we're not going to rest because we want to save time. Hopefully we won't get ambushed on the way. And hopefully we're going to stick under encumbered. So I will actually just stick that on you, Jubilost. You can don't want his strength to go any much lower. But yes, it's just a quick jaunt up to Thorn Ford there and back again via Keep. We'll try and avoid that. There we go. We don't want to fight when we're exhausted. Okay, in we go. And interestingly, your travel time doesn't change if you're exhausted or not. It does if you're encumbered, which is far more likely to happen when you are exhausted. But if you stay under light encumbrance, there doesn't seem to be any effect at all to being exhausted. Anyway, here's, he's saying that his grandfather used to wear that suit of armor, so obviously there's some relation between the thief and Dragn, and he's not happy that he's offering a poor price. None of my concern. It looks broken. Can't give you a coin more. Off he goes, and yes, anyway, he's hiding a big bag behind his back, so we want to know, who are you there, buddy, and why have you stolen this? And yeah, just got himself as Kurgabas. Yes, and the name Kurgabas sounds just as dumb to him. Okay, show me what's in the bag, buddy. And he susses that we're here because of Dragn, and he's his younger brother. And he's got a sad story about how he always wanted to be an adventurer, but his brother wanted him to work at the forge, and now he's trying to sell the armor. So I took grandfather's armor. It's no use gathering dust like a holy relic. I wanted my chance of glory. I wanted to serve our family honourably one more time. But the whole hero thing didn't exactly work out. I had to sell the armor to feed myself. I swear I was going to buy it back. I just needed more time. Yes. I heard there was a blacksmith named Dragn who was forging some legendary armor. I realised this could be my second chance. I know, I already did him an awful wrong, but if he hadn't hounded me so, I would have become a respectful adventurer, a world traveller, and a wealthy man. Sure you would, buddy. So yes, he sold the armour. That's why all the pieces got scattered around. And then he stole the armour again and tried to sell it again. So it's a bit suspect, the whole thing. Anyway, we're just going to intimidate him because he should never have stolen it in the second place or the first place. And yes, so yeah, so he just sort of doesn't want us to punch him. Anyway, we can pick the chaotic neutral here. I like Alice swinging more towards the chaotic side, so yes, we won't say that he stole it, but just off you go. There we go, and we've received the armor. Yeah, I'll pay you back in full when I become a great hero. Cool, Kurgan. I eagerly await it. And so we have now gained inventory here, incomplete Onslaught armor. There we go. Excellent. And we're just going to make sure that we're not getting too heavy here. There we go. And so the only thing left to do is to go back to Dragn. Ah, and I've remembered one additional thing, which we'll do, and that is to place our printing press.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Which I will do as soon as possible because it takes some time to build. This is the printing press that we got for free from Lindsay, from trekking all the way into the South Nile marches. But basically, there's where are we? I mean, printing press free. So this provides, because we're neutral good. It's +4 to community and +2 to economy and +2 to culture for all of that, which is pretty nice actually for something that's free. Problem is it occupies 2 slots and there's not really a great place to put this, but we're going to stack it here because we'll be able to put a little bit of synergy off this. It synergizes with a library there, so yes, we'll be able to get just a little bit there. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to build that now, but I'll hold off till I've planned the whole thing out in my head. But I wanted to get the library being built. So yes, we can now jet off down here to Nalkeep. It's going to take 19 hours. And it will take that whether you rest or not beforehand, despite all this exhaustion. Oh, I forgot to swap Octavia out. Valerie out, I mean. Yeah. Oh well. I will permanently get Valerie and Octavia confused, so, yeah. So the only thing we really need to do here, once we stop staring at a loading screen, is to talk to Dragn, and I'll show, talking to Shania, that there's nothing that seems to happen. Or there might be. There's, yeah. Anyway, here we go. I'm returning your armor. You may finish your work. Big chunk of experience, and yes, he's quite pleased. And we won't tell him who it was, because Alice is going to stick to her promise. Yes. Anyway, but do you know who robbed you? And yeah, he's got no idea. Yeah, this is, you can see that this doesn't adapt to already having given the armor back. So speaking of which, have you visited the Thorn River yet? What if the armor's still there? We just gave it to you, mate. I already went there and brought it back. So yes, and that's this quest finished off. Let's have a little chat with Shania. And yeah, there's nothing much there. She'll just tell us the story. We're waiting for her to indicate that there's a problem we can solve for her. So if we look here, let's hope nothing gets in the way this time. That's all we're waiting for, and we've ticked off Onslaught. There, all done. So what we can do now is we can return to the capital and we will level up. Let me just check something. Yep, and we can level up Tristian as our advisor. Look how slow they move because they're encumbered. Could barely make it out the door, and yet that doesn't seem to affect their moving speed on the world map, which is fine.
More strength fades.
Here we go. So let's head on in to the throne room. See what's happened here. I'm just checking my list. We've made it down to 0.6 out of 13, 0.6 out of 14.
Time to get some rest.
I'll share my path.
There we go. So, whoops. Don't have anything new to sell, but what we're going to do is we'll bring up the management menu, and I think for the last part of this,
Adventures can wait.
yeah. So you can see that Octavia has now got 13 days left. So if we were to, yeah, we can't do that one. We can't do this one because we're busy. So all we've got left to do is rank up. And we're going to rank up the Councillor. And the reason we're going to do the Councillor first is that will enable us to claim the Camel Lands, which is what we want to do here. So let's start this going. And it occupies 14 days. So we just got to hit go and hope nothing awful happens as we click over into a new month. I'm not seeing any new events, which is very unusual. But yeah, okay, there we go. Loyalty to rank 3. Excellent. This trade agreement of Jubilos, so we're getting an extra 2 BP per week. That's going to be really nice. Octavia has succeeded in this project. So this is just fixed rewards here. And we have got no new events. So if we have a look at the journal here, we'll see that this has popped up saying the Sweet Teeth have probably needed the Gnarl Marchers by now. So yeah, we're going to head over to see them first. But we can now do this. This is the whole reason for doing this, which is claiming the Camel Lands here. But first, that'll take another 14 days. So I want to visit the Sweet Teeth first, which will require some loading screens. And once we've done that, I will pause the video. Oh, okay. And because we've taken up 14 days, we've got some more events that would happen. Basically, artisan events. So Bokken has showed up, and he's given us an item I didn't want. The Oil of Unholiness. I wanted the Bombardier's belt, but that's fine. I'll just leave it at that. Thanks, Bokken. That's in no way was that what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, Bombardier's belt gives you an extra 4 bombs a day, which is really quite nice. Whereas the Oil of Unholiness here, you know, means damage. It's like having Bane against good. Yeah, so no use to us. This will take a little while to filter through to the main square, and then we've got to go into the Sweet Teeth's hut. But yeah, so that's essentially part 1 of this bit of kingdom management to get to the stage where we're ready to start annexing some regions. We can annex Silverstep directly after annexing Camel Lands, because all we needed to do was complete the Lonely Hunter quest, which was in my previous video, the man who was claiming to be a speaker for a great silver dragon. But yeah. Damn, that is a slow loading time. Anyway, we want to be here. I haven't spoken to Ekun yet. He's still on the list of people to chat to. But yeah, let's have a little chat with the Sweet Teeth here. So, big chunk of XP. They weeded the Gnarl Marchers, and yes, this refers to the old beldame. That's nice. And she was also asking them to pick flowers just like us. And we get a whole list of ingredients and rare herbs and stuff, so it's quite nice. And we've got another task for them. So we're going to send them off to fix the picket fence at Oleg's, and I think this is the right one. We need the reward we get from this for an artisan quest later on. I know it's not the measurements, because that gives us about 300 pieces of rope that we can immediately sell, but I don't think it's this one either. We'll go with this one. Yeah. Basically, they bring an alcoholic drink, which is required for a later artisan quest in the, I believe it's in the Northern Marches. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video there. I think that's a good point to stop, and I will see you in the next video.